25 upcoming games. I feel like there's a lot of cool games coming out soon, but a lot of them might get delayed too. But I don't know. I feel like these are, I kind of skimmed through these. I feel like some of these look pretty cool. City Skylines looks interesting. Stalker 2, I wanted to get the other two Stalker games because when they go on sale right now they're like they're like $5. I was gonna get them, but Payday 3, you know, Payday 2 is for some reason is like crazy popular. I don't know what the whole thing behind it is. I tried it once, but it was a lot going on. I don't even really remember. I think I was like crazy drunk when I tried it too. But it's like a lot of people love it, you know. There's got to be a reason for it. Alone in the Dark, never heard of it. Avatar, apparently a lot of people were hyping up that one too. Forza, Super Mario RPG, Remnant 2, Cyberpunk. I don't know why that's an upcoming game. I guess they're gonna try to soft relaunch it type shit. Lords of the Fallen looks dope. I have that on my wish list. Assassin's Creed Mirage. They made a new one. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That looks interesting. What is that, like Dead by Daylight? Or is it like Resident Evil when you gotta survive the night or something? Immortals of Avium. Never heard of it. Expo Primal. I saw that on Steam and it had like shit reviews, I thought. Liza P, I heard that was pretty good. There's a demo out for that too. Kind of like Souls. Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 1 was good. I need to replay it. I actually think I have it too. On like Epic Game Store. RoboCop, I wonder what that's like. I don't know. Spider-Man 2, I mean, honestly, Marvel Spider-Man is fucking good. The story is actual ass cheeks. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but some of it is just so like it's pretty bad. But the swinging around and shit is like fun, man. Actual gameplay, swinging around, getting from spot to spot is fun. And some of the fights and like the cinematics are cool, but some of the shit they be doing is dumb as hell. It is so a good game. Atlas Fallen, never heard of it. Mortal Kombat 1, that game looks so cool. I'm actually probably gonna pre-order that one. I've never pre-ordered, or not never, but I normally don't pre-order, and I don't even play fighting games. But this one just looks so badass, bro. And it's on Unreal Engine 5. It looks so sick. Armored Core 6. I'd never played any of the Armored Cores, but I bought all the Dark Souls games because I played Elden Ring and that game was dope. So I said, fuck it, dude. I'm gonna beat all the Souls games. Starfield 2, that's like another really hyped up game. And they actually dropped a video with like, I think like 40 minutes of gameplay, but I didn't watch it. I saw like clips of it though.
Hey, we're about halfway through 2023, so what games do we have to look forward to for the rest of the year? Well, we got you covered with the top 25 games coming in the second half of 2023. Now, please note, video games often get delayed and surprise games may be announced. Who knows what's gonna happen? So release dates are subject to change. Still, there is a lot to look forward to. So let's get started off with number 25. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is coming for Nintendo Switch, and this is the next big 2D Mario game with 3D graphics, and it looks pretty out of this world. I like the modern 2D Mario games, but I think they've needed a refresh for a while, and it seems like Nintendo is definitely going there. We've seen a lot of
and all the Mario games hit, huh? Or at least most of them.
From weird, creepy, long Mario to Mario turning into an elephant to all different types of new enemies and environments.
Mario
and just
turned into an
we
elephant.
haven't seen in a Mario game where it seems like some of the design and also some of the visuals and
I remember
the creativity
that
really being turned on their
I was gonna say, I remember seeing a trailer and it was like a bunch of weird shit.
head. And we love a Mario shakeup. There's always something, there's always a new angle, and we're curious to see like what this one really truly is. And thankfully, we get to find out when this releases October 20th. Now, next over at number 24, we have Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl. We've talked about this one a lot already, but this game hopefully finally releases this year after a long development cycle. And I think it deserves all the time in the world because it's like the follow-up to the classic.
Wait. There's a reticle? I thought the whole point of this game was that there's no UI. Probably tripping though.
Stalker series, one that for PC players kind of birthed a new genre or subgenre. These games are incredibly
That
unique.
looks crazy
It's
cool.
not just a first-person post-apocalyptic survival shooter. It's just got a different feel, a different vibe to it. It's a little brainier, and it seems like those elements are carrying over to Stalker 2 here, with a lot of investigation, scientific elements, discovering and
Building
really
is on
figuring out
fire.
anomalies,
Which
as well
building?
as, of course, just shooting bad guys and gun customization.
Oh, fuck,
and all
what
that
happened?
stuff. This one has a ton of potential, and as of right now, it's slated for December. Now, next over at number 23, we have Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. This is like the spiritual
Grab the
successor
water.
to the Jet Set games, Jet Set Radio, stuff like that, and we couldn't be more excited because look at this thing.
Look
If you're
at
a
all these
gamer
people.
from,
Do
like, the early
something.
Xbox days or the Sega Dreamcast days, you know what this is about. They know what they're doing here, and not even just as like a
What is she
nostalgic
holding?
throwback type of thing. Like, this is a genre, this is a type of game
Oh
that we
my
don't
God,
get a
bro,
lot of
it's gonna-
today. So
Is that
this
full response in
releasing
there?
could actually feel pretty fresh and new to younger players or players who never experienced this type of awesome game. This is releasing August 18th. Next
I don't
over at
know
number
what to do, bro.
22, we have Payday 3. This was recently announced, and as of right now, details are still pretty
Full
scant on it,
response.
but there's been a new Payday in the works for a while, and it seems like this year we're finally going to be playing it. We know it takes place in New York. The legendary Payday crew is kind of back in action after retirement. Something
I'm
pulls them
losing it.
back in, and you're doing crime heisting Payday stuff cooperatively with friends,
Hooray,
getting
hooray,
apparently
no one
more
dies
loot,
today.
more money this time around, and bigger levels.
Do I not
The New
have, like,
York
a
levels that we
fire-
have seen
fighter
highlighted,
team?
there is some gameplay floating around out there. Seems really cool. There really isn't an online shooter like the Payday series, so we're curious to see what they do with this one. They're selling it at a lower price, which is pretty cool, and it's dropping September 21st.
Oh, now you guys show up.
Now, next over at number
it's
21,
done.
we have the new Alone in the Dark game. This is kind of like a reimagining of the original game with Edward Carnby and everything like that. And David
What took
Harbour
you so
is in it,
long?
which I'm not really like the, oh, cool, a celebrity is in
Shit.
a game type of person, but I still don't think we've really seen David Harbour utilized properly after Stranger Things, and, you know, this could maybe be a good opportunity.
Fuck, what
Regardless
building
of
was that? That
who's
was a
in
lumber
it
mill,
looks
wasn't it?
like Alone in the Dark, but for this new generation with a little bit more of like an
At least it wasn't something too
Resident
important.
Evil remake type of control scheme, combat, lots of puzzles, haunted houses, the
demolish
stuff you'd
it, bro. Put
expect.
the fire
Still,
out.
from right now, this one could go either way, but as a horror game fan, I'm still looking forward to checking it out, seeing what's up, and it's releasing at the perfect time of year, October 25th, 2023. Now, next over at number 20, we have Cities Skylines 2. This is the follow-up to the original incredible
Damn, that looks
Cities
cool.
Skylines. That game was a fantastic city builder that really like kicked SimCity's ass. And I that's hard for me to say as
They
an
are
old
still
school
not done
SimCity
putting this
fan,
thing
but
out.
City Skylines is something else, especially with the mod community
How do I
and all the
more
support the
maintenance?
developers gave it over the years. And it seems like they're doing the same thing with City Skylines 2. It just seems like a bigger, badder, crazier city builder. And, you know, that's what the doctor ordered.
Am I
This is
not
releasing
making
as of
any?
right now, October 24th, 2023.
Oh.
Next
interesting.
over at number 19, we have Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. The Avatar franchise is absolutely huge. Even though some people make fun of it, it is one of the bigger, more popular franchises for a reason, and it's ripe for a video game. I mean, it practically is a video game. So this totally makes sense. And what Ubisoft is essentially doing here is applying some of their Far Cry first-person shooter open world stuff to Avatar. You play as a Na'vi who was born on the planet but was ripped away from their homeworld and trained as a soldier and then escapes and goes back to rediscovering their roots. So essentially that means you are a native Na'vi who knows how to use a gun, because then it wouldn't be a video game or an Avatar thing. So
Damn,
you're
that's
using guns, you're
actual
also using
gameplay?
your bow, you're embracing your abilities as a Na'vi, you're running faster, you're jumping higher, and you're all
I'm not gonna lie. The running motions, like the hands, looks like Ark Survival
video
Evolved.
game. I mean, it practically is a video game. So this totally makes sense. And what Ubisoft is essentially doing here is applying some of their Far Cry first-person shooter open world stuff to Avatar. You play as a Na'vi who was born on the planet but was ripped away.
never
from
mind,
their
this gameplay
homeworld
is way
and trained
different.
as a soldier and then escapes and
Oh,
goes
there's
back
lock-on,
to rediscovering
aim
their
assist.
roots. So essentially that means you are a native Na'vi who knows how to use a gun, because then it wouldn't be a video game or an Avatar thing. So you're using guns, you're also using your bow, you're embracing your abilities as a Na'vi, you're running faster, you're jumping
Never
higher,
mind, it's
and
just running.
You're also riding mounts. You're flying through the air, you're riding across the plains of this new territory of Pandora
Man, that
we
looks
haven't seen
cool.
before, and it seems like this could be pretty cool. Pandora is just a cool planet, and I would like to experience it. Very curious to see how Ubisoft actually handles this whole thing. I mean, Ubisoft has received a lot of rightful criticism in the past, but the tactical blue native
Not gonna
alien
lie, I
people
don't know
are
if it's
cool.
gonna be any
So we
good.
get to experience this game seemingly December 7th.
I hope it's
2023.
good,
gonna be
though.
the last big game of the year, if that release date sticks, of course. Now,
Is that
next
look-
over at
that-
number
that's a
18, we
beautiful
have Forza
environment.
Motorsport. They're dropping the numbers and just going with Forza Motorsport. And this is, of course,
Nice.
the mainline franchise for the Forza games. This is the more
Damn,
simulation-heavy, the
C8.
racing-focused game. Not really centered around
Ooh,
open-world
fucking it up, bro.
shenanigans or racing culture. No, this is just about the cars and the racing and the precision.
NASCAR,
and this
fast
time
car.
around, of course, surprise, surprise, the graphics are even crazier, but they're also rethinking the progression loop and how essentially cars are going to be built, not bought in this game. You're going to progress, you're going to earn
Hey, hell
points,
yeah.
and you're going to spend them on making your cars better and then eventually earning new cars. Instead of having a lot of freedom, this game is going to make you appreciate the cars individually, which I think the Forza series has
Probably
kind of
more
lost sight of
mechanical.
in the past, so this is a cool change up. We're curious to see how this one actually goes down when it releases
That's
October
neat.
10th. Next over at number
October 10th.
17, we have Super Mario RPG. Nintendo is really going buck wild this year, but they are also
What the
very much
hell?
doing a remake.
What is that, like a
re-release type thing, which,
2.5D?
love it or hate it, this seems like a good one. It's
looks
for
cool.
the original Super Nintendo Super Mario RPG, an incredibly unique game from Nintendo, and now it's got a completely new
looks
coat of
good.
paint. It looks absolutely gorgeous. It seems like they're sticking to the gameplay fundamentals, but not enough people experience this one,
turn-based.
so this is going to feel completely new to a lot of people, and we hope it's successful because we'd love to see more Mario RPG style games. I mean, it's been a minute, and that is dropping on November 17th, 2023. Now, next over at number 16, we have Remnant 2. Remnant from the Ashes was great,
Remnant.
and Remnant 2 seems to really be running with that. Better melee, more guns, more character customization, and most importantly, more randomly generated scenarios and encounters. These games are a blast to
shit.
play alone, but really with friends. If you like a good third-person shooter that's kind of endlessly
I have to
replayable
put it
and you
somewhere?
didn't experience the first one, you should keep your
Specific?
eyes on this
Yep.
one because, again, the characters, the building, but also some really cool monster and boss and world designs. We think this could definitely be a big one. Now, next over at number 15, we have Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. This is the big expansion for Cyberpunk 2077. Yes, Cyberpunk 2077 had a rough launch.
Ooh, three
and
more
the
water,
developers
bro.
took
Three
a long time
more.
fixing it, but now the game is solid and we're getting a big proper expansion for it. A new bit of story,
Fuck,
a
it
new
dropped.
region called
Everybody
Dogtown,
drank.
new characters,
Everybody
more
drank at the
stuff
same
for V
time.
to deal with, but also totally overhauled system mechanics, RPG mechanics, gameplay
Oh yeah, I forgot they are gonna change a lot, right? They're gonna change a lot to this game.
enhancements. We're excited to see how big of a deal this one actually is. It's releasing September 26th.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I hope it's good because, like, every now and then I do jump into Cyberpunk, and it's so fun, dude. It is so immersive too. Like, it's really good. I mean, the story is probably kind of but like just walking around is fucking. You can get lost, bro.
2023. Next over at number 14, if you're looking for a bit of a throwback, we have Sea of Stars.
And I feel like they could always update it by adding more, like, insides of buildings. Because right now, a lot of the doors are still locked and shit, like typical video games. But they could always just, you know, add an inside to every room.
This is an old school style turn-based RPG.
I like the way
It is
these graphics look.
clearly
It looks
wearing
pretty.
its influences on its sleeve. If you grew up in the 90s, chances are you probably played an RPG like this, and they know what they're doing here. Incredible art, great monster creature designs,
I think it looks
world
good.
designs, incredible music from what we've heard so far, and it's from the people who made
on,
The
bro.
Messenger.
There we
so
go.
I think it's safe to say they know what they're doing, especially in the old school realm. I definitely trust them.
1200
We'll have to
simple
judge
meat?
the final product though when it releases August 29th. Now, next over at number 13, we have Lords of the Fallen. This is a follow-up to the Lords of the Fallen from a few years ago, the Souls-like game that was really good, but, you know, didn't really change the world or anything. This one, though, looks absolutely crazy. It looks like they're going buck wild this time around with crazy monsters, cool lore, over-the-top characters, and, you know, I've said this phrase already in this video, but I'm going to waste it again.
Simple meat.
This seems like what the doctor ordered. This game looks like they took the original and they made it like a heavy metal album cover, and I'm okay with that. No notes. And as of right now, Lords of the Fallen is releasing October 13th. Now, next over at number 12, we have Assassin's Creed Mirage. This is the
Oh,
one that's
Simple
billed as kind of like a
Mila.
throwback to the original games, you know, the Altair, Ezio style games, because it's centered around essentially one city and a surrounding area, and it's got social stealth, single assassination missions, and simple parkour. It's not an endlessly vast, huge open world RPG like the more recent Odyssey or Valhalla. This is going a little bit back to basics. Now, I'm curious to see if it can do anything with that formula and like shake it up a little bit and make a reason for it existing other than just, hey, all you weirdos who still like the original Assassin's Creeds, we just want your money again. I will admit I am one of those people. By bringing it back to basics, I think this has the potential to be like a good shake up for the franchise, especially
Graphics
for
are good,
specific types of
but I mean, a
fans
lot of
like
games
us.
do nowadays.
We'll have to see for sure when the final product releases. It's dropping this fall, October 12th. Now, next over at number 11, we have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is another
one looks interesting.
horror movie franchise centered around an asymmetrical multiplayer game where you're playing as the gross, creepy family, and you're also playing as the survivors trying to get out of the house and the surrounding
so it's like team-based?
field. And it seems
Team-based?
like they're going pretty crazy with this one because the level of detail, the way the house, the way the atmosphere has really been recreated, it seems cool. But then you're just going to be running around doing multiplayer stuff. So we really hope that the tension can still
like
be
Dead by
there.
Daylight,
I know
but
Texas Chainsaw movie fans have
more
had it
than one
rough.
killer.
We've certainly had our ups and downs, and we're really hoping that this game can truly tap the potential of the original greatness of this series. Because frankly, it's been a minute. And this game is releasing, as of right now, August 18th.
Wow, that's right around the
Next
corner.
over at number 10, we have Immortals of Avium. This one is a pretty simple pitch. Picture like a cinematic, crazy, action-packed Call of Duty campaign, first-person shooting, all that, but instead of guns and tactical soldiers, you're actually like elite tactical wizards in a fantasy world. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty cool. And Immortals of Avium is hand magic blasting. It's a first-person shooter where you're throwing magic balls at people, and essentially, it's more of a shooter than you'd expect. You have ultimate abilities, you have all this crazy stuff, but a lot of your magic types are essentially machine gun,
What is this,
pistol,
Doom?
shotgun blast. But
What is this,
along with that, we've seen
Bioshock?
crazy levels,
Actually, it looks pretty sick,
battles and
though.
stuff, and an emphasis on story and cutscenes. Now,
Damn,
it's very
that's
jam-packed
sick.
new lore that these game developers made up, and it just to me feels kind of like a throwback to the
Whoa.
mid-early 2000s when a bunch of those like middle-tier games were coming out that were really creative and really exciting. We don't know if Immortals of
cool.
Avium can like reach those heights, but this development studio, a newer studio, is giving this a shot, and it's being published under the EA Originals banner.
Oh, that's
and,
cool.
they've been making some good choices lately, so we're excited to run through this one, shoot some bad guys and dragons with magic, and see what's up. This is releasing at the end of the summer.
I already
August
seen like 3
22nd.
different types of dragons.
Next over at number 9, we have Exoprimal. This is Capcom's kind of multiplayer shooter thing where it's mechs fighting off against hordes of dinosaurs that are raining from the sky. I don't really have anything else. I don't really have any notes here. That seems like a good
Shoot
idea.
them.
I don't really have, it's just good old-fashioned dumb video game ideas that we need more of. Is it gonna stick with multiplayer players? I don't know, but Capcom's
that looks
crazy enough to
weird.
try, and we'll see it July 14th.
Interesting.
Next over at number 8, we have Lies of P. This is, of course, the dark and gritty Pinocchio Souls-like game. A lot of people are billing this as like the sequel to Bloodborne that we never got. That's a little crazy to me. Like, let's tone down the hype a little bit. There is a
they're
demo
saying
for
it's
this
that
one, and
good?
it does seem pretty cool. Is it going to be Bloodborne 2? That I don't know. But personally, I love the aesthetic. I love the environment, the enemy designs here. They are absolutely my jam, and I think it's going to scratch an itch for a lot of people. We're just hoping that the combat and the real core gameplay loop as it goes on for a couple of hours is as compelling as it could be. Still, we've been talking about this one on GameRanks since like day one when this was announced. We've been excited, so we're hoping to finally get our hands on it September 19th, 2023. Next over at number 7, we have Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2 is going a lot crazier. They're going full survival horror this time around, which is absolutely perfect for this series. It looks like it plays and controls very much like a Resident Evil 2 remake or Resident Evil 4 or something like that, and it's a lot of shooting bad guys with the flashlight type of stuff from the original Alan Wake, but just seemingly way better feeling, but also with a big emphasis on detective work
costs.
and solving mysteries. You're going to be playing as 2 characters, Alan Wake and Saga, jumping around, doing investigations,
Need more
and how this plot
stone.
will kind of weave its way through things. I am really excited to see, because that's
Just
where
have a
Remedy
brick?
really
How much
excels,
brick do I
is
have?
the storytelling department. Hopefully it's good, and hopefully it's the perfect spooky fall game, because it's releasing October 17th,
105?
2023. Now, next over at number 6, we have RoboCop Rogue City. This is a first-person shooter RoboCop game featuring the voice of Peter Weller, the original RoboCop. It's from the developers behind the more recent Terminator game from a couple years back that wasn't perfect. It was a smaller budget, but it kind of understood the franchise, and now they're taking on
like
RoboCop,
Cyberpunk.
and I'm trying to resist here as a diehard, insane RoboCop fan. I am going to be extremely picky with this one, so I'm just going to set that aside.
What the hell is that?
What we do have here is kind of like a slow-paced, heavy-duty first-person shooter where you can also go around as RoboCop, talking to
how I feel about that.
interrogating them, asking them questions, making different choices. There's potential here. I mean, as a RoboCop fan, of course I'm going to say that. There's always potential with RoboCop, but it's been a while since we've had a good video game feature in this guy. And this one, whether it's good or not, is releasing September 2023.
I don't know about that one,
Next
Chief.
over at number 5, we have Marvel's Spider-Man 2. We've finally seen this one heavily detailed, and you're switching between Peter and Miles in real time, going on adventures through a bigger New York City with an expanded Queens and Brooklyn, which I think is
they're doing like a
exciting because we haven't seen those
GTA?
games really represented well in video games in a minute, not to mention Insomniac's world building. But then, of course, it's symbiote Peter Parker. So there's a lot of
that's cool
ramifications for
right
that
there,
from a
dude.
combat and story
Make your
perspective.
own little
And of
zip
course,
line.
Venom is one of the big bads, as well as Kraven the Hunter. Kraven's also getting
Oh, this
a movie.
game looks
That
sick.
doesn't look very good, but Kraven in this game looks awesome. I'm a Spider-Man fanboy. I would have put this one at number 1, but I don't make the rules
Spider-Man's
here. We
my
really like the
favorite superhero.
Insomniac Spider-Man games, so we're hoping
Oh,
this
that
one
looks
just kind of
so cool.
continues that train, keeps it rolling. It's releasing October 20th, 2023. Next over at number 4, we have something a little different. It's Atlas
that looks
Fallen.
beautiful.
This is another game that to me feels kind of like a throwback to something from the mid 2000s, something like a Darksiders style game, because it's like this cool open world magical fantasy adventure with badass combat and big monster slaying and cool looking edgy characters and surfing on sand. We got to play a little bit of this a couple of months back, and we're not sure about it yet, but I think it's worth keeping an eye on, or at least considering to give a shot to a game that's just completely new intellectual property. It's not a sequel, it's not a remake or anything, it's just a new adventure in a new world. So you can't help but root for that. Atlas Fallen is releasing August 10th, 2023. Now, next over at number 3, we have Mortal Kombat 1. This thing looks absolutely sure about it yet.
Not gonna lie, I didn't
think it's
see
worth
any of
keeping
this.
an eye on, or at least considering to give a shot to a game that's just completely new
Looks like a mobile
intellectual
game.
property. It's not a sequel, it's not a remake or anything. It's just a new adventure in a new world. So you can't help but root for that. Atlas Fallen is releasing August 10th, 2023.
Maybe not.
Now, next over at number
Might be,
3,
though.
we have Mortal Kombat 1. This thing looks absolutely insane.
Right?
As trailers and character reveals start to really trickle out, we get to see what NetherRealm is really doing here. This is a kind of rebooted but also remixed Mortal Kombat world. We've gotten a story arc of like a whole adventure with the classic Mortal Kombat characters for a while now, so things have kind of been reset by Fire God Liu Kang.
Look at how
after the crazy
beautiful
events
that
of the last
map
game, and
is.
He's crafted this new universe which features classic characters in totally new interpretations and situations and alliances.
Look at that
Seems like it's gonna
lightning,
make for some
dude.
crazy
That
things.
shit
It
look
reminds me of a comic
cool.
book with how they're just playing fast and loose with changing everything around just to keep it fresh and interesting.
Goro.
It's either going to piss off fans
Goro's
or thoroughly
cousin.
entertain them. But regardless, the combat looks awesome. You know, using cameos and other players to jump in and help you, as well as crazy new over-the-top aerial combos and lots of gore that we can't show or this video is going to get taken down. It's that crazy. But as of right now, it's releasing September 19th, 2023. Now, next over at number 2, it wouldn't be a list without a From Software game, but it's a different one. It's Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. From Software is going back to their roots here, and they're just making a new mech game. This is something that they used to do, and Fires of Rubicon is going to bring big battles, big arenas, faster paced combat, and lots of mech customization. A lot of this stuff, it's not that deep. It's just a solid, compelling mech game. That's why people really love this franchise and are excited to see it come back. But now, with From Software's chops with art design, beautiful imagery, sound design, combat, I think this has the potential to be really, really cool and definitely bring on some new fans for this old franchise. It's dropping August 25th, 2023. Now, next over at number 1, the big one.
We got no
the big
more
question
rocks,
mark,
bro.
Starfield. This is Bethesda's next big game. We personally here at GameRanks think it's very interesting, specifically because it's the first time they're not just making a new Elder Scrolls or a Fallout in a while. Games take so long to make, and they've been making the same thing for many years. So for them to set out and try something new and really make something that they want to make, we definitely want to see what this is about. A lot of people were billing it as Skyrim in space. Some people say, I don't want that. Some people think that sounds like the perfect recipe. This game has a lot. They're throwing the kitchen sink at you. Full adventures, multiple explorable planets,
The kitchen
cities,
sink? I've never heard that before.
randomly generated vast planets for resources, base building, ship building, character customization, space battles, dogfighting. It's incredibly ambitious.
It's the only
and we're
stone I
curious to see if
see.
Bethesda can really meet that. Everyone's gonna make jokes like, is this game gonna be a buggy mess? That is the state of gaming right now, but that's also like a Bethesda thing. Who knows? There's a lot of people who are incredibly hyped for this one. There are some people who are a little bit more divided, but we got you covered. We're gonna be
Hopefully
checking
it's
this game
good,
out, doing
man.
a before you buy video, and give you some info. And that's what we're gonna do with a lot of games on this list. This has been 25 upcoming games for the rest of 2023. So the most important thing is we want to hear from you guys in the comments what you're looking forward to. If like you can throw your own little top 5 or something like that, we would really appreciate that, because we want to tailor the videos to you. So let us know which of these games you're looking forward to, and of course some that we didn't mention. We couldn't include everything, so let us know what you care about. If you like this video though, and you like us talking games every day, all you got to do is click the like button. It legitimately helps us.
Should we go into the next era, right?
That's it, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.
Hey, YouTube, bruh. Man, those are some good looking games though. Mortal Kombat looks fucking cool, right? Nah, a lot of them look good. And then there's also games on here that aren't like, well, no, Ark is gonna be postponed. Ark Ascended is supposed to be dropped this year. When are they gonna drop Skate 4, bro? When are they gonna just drop Skate? That's what I want. That's the game I'm looking forward to most. We don't even. When was the last time we got any gameplay footage? Months ago? Or is it at EA or whoever's making this new one?